use Apple Pay now. So when I tap my phone for that Apple Pay, it don't be feeling like the money leaving. Then I get home and the money is gone.
It's gone. It's overdrafted.
It's overdrafted. And I know my dad sees these emails. Daddy, if you're watching this right now, I know you get them emails on my account reach $0 and you just let me struggle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do I Know You? Hopefully y'all know me by now because it's your favorite host, Miss Jordy Ray. I'm here to deliver. I told y'all I wouldn't be gone for long, and one thing about me is I'm gonna keep my word, period. I literally just feel like we need to get right into it. Today we have my friend, sister, cousin, just absolute star power of a human, Miss Skyy Davis. I'm so excited for y'all to hear this. When we finished recording, I literally just had to go jump on my bed because I had so much energy. I didn't know what to do. I was like, what now? What now? She has that much just, I don't know, boldness and authenticity. And the best way I can describe it is like, it's like me times 2, but like she has her own spin, I have my own spin. So if y'all can't handle this, I don't know if y'all gonna be able to handle the next interview, but y'all can try. For those who can handle it, prepare to be wowed. I mean, she is just incredible in every sense of the word. So her dad is Thomas Davis, who is another superstar. He was a first-round pick. He played for the Carolina Panthers. He was a linebacker. He was an All-American at University of Georgia. He was 2015 NFL Man of the Year. Like, he's really just got a resume on resume. And yeah, just amazing man of the community, amazing man of his family. Skyy mentioned he's an amazing man of God. And I think all of that can be seen in Skyy, but she, of course, is her own person too. So I'm gonna let her talk about herself, but truly just such an incredible opportunity to hear from a child of a celebrity, especially a sis, period. And I just think y'all are gonna learn so much from her. In fact, I know. I'm so convicted. I know. Ow. I need to stop pumping my chest because my ribs hurt. Ow. Anyways, I'm so excited for y'all to hear from her. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let her talk. Please welcome my friend, Fly Skyy. Y'all, welcome back. Today we're interviewing, I just feel like my kindred spirit. I'm just literally obsessed with her. She's beauty, she's grace. And at this point, Skyy, I feel like you're almost Miss United States. Like, if we're being honest, I be seeing you on TikTok, girl. I'm like, world domination.
I try, man. I try.
I'm so weak. Some know her as Thomas Davis's daughter, but over here we know her as Fly Skyy, period.
Okay.
So Skyy, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm literally I also, like, as soon as you came on the Zoom, I was like, wow, okay, so we're both brown liner, gloss, the hoops, like, it's just like
the girls that get it.
We see each other.
Mm-hmm.
Really. So how are you doing? How would you feel in this moment?
You know what? I just woke up right before this and I didn't even drink coffee and I got energy. So I count that as a great day. Yeah. Really, I feel like I'm a 40-year-old woman stuck in a 20-year-old body. So, you know, it's just, yeah.
I think it's because the days of games are over.
Mm-hmm.
If you aren't adding value when I leave the house, I'm not going to leave.
Okay.
Like,
that bed adds a lot of value to my life.
This bed's gonna hit every single time.
It don't miss. So that's where I'm gonna be at. Okay?
You know that TikTok sound where it's like, my bed.
Yeah. Yes, me. Literally me.
Every single time. I also feel like with inflation, rent is so high. I'm about to get my rent's worth. Don't ask me to leave the house because I won't. I promise you I won't.
I'm not. Because as soon as you go outside, you're spending $1 million. It's like,
no, it's sick. It's literally
and I use Apple Pay now. So when I tap my phone for that Apple Pay, it don't be feeling like the money leaving. Then I get home and the money is gone.
It's gone. It's overdrafted.
It's overdrafted. And I know my dad sees these emails. Daddy, if you're watching this right now, I know you get them emails on my account reach $0 and you just let me struggle.
He be wanting you to gain some character.
I'm like, what? last week I was like $70 in the negative. Like, why is that even a thing?
Whoa.
Why is that even a thing?
Here's the thing, though. One thing about me is I'm never going to take responsibility for my own actions. That's on the banks. It's Black History Month, and you going to overdraft my account? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all can take those little 2020 statements.
Discrimination.
It's giving hate crime. It's literally giving hate crime. I saw someone say, $100 is the new $20.
No, $100 is the new $5. Literally.
We fighting for our lives. So basically, y'all, the moral of this story, the moral of this interview is drop some money in our Venmos, in our accounts, y'all. Because if y'all are watching and we're giving you this entertainment, the least you could do is send us $10.
The least. And if everybody watching this send $10,
could pay our rent.
Imagine. We can conquer the world.
Screaming. Come on, y'all better get those donations in this tax season. Skyy, I just feel like we're really similar because I feel like both of us kind of give Beyonce the family vibes. Do you feel you are the Beyonce of your family?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I have 4. Well, I'm the oldest of 4.
Okay.
At home. But my family is they're something.
Come on.
I call it, we're the Brady Bunch for sure. The Davis crew, love them down. But it's literally like 20 people at my house at any given moment. And that's not an exaggeration. Because my parents are just like, we're home base for everybody, really. So like you can come there and it's just vibes. You know you're gonna eat, whether we cooked it or ordered it, like you're gonna be good. But when I get there and I see like they're not running it like they ran it when I was at home.
Oh.
I'm like, you don't want to be a parent no more?
Wow.
What are you doing? And so my two twin cousins came and moved in with us so they could play football.
Oh, I love that.
And another kid from their school who's like our cousin now. So there's 4 14-year-old, 15-year-old boys. They're all freshmen in high school living at my house right now. It's the ghetto. So I just have been in the process of being the Beyonce from afar right now. Because that's a lot for my mental health. It's a lot.
3? Okay, that's a lot of teenage boys. I mean, 1, but multiple? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check my spirit consistently.
Exactly. Because it was just my brother who's supposed to be there. Because I have a brother under me who's in his freshman year of college too. He went to school in Charlotte at UNC Charlotte. Then we have my brother who's in the middle, TJ. He's a freshman in high school. And then the youngest is my sister Maddie. She's in 7th grade, I think. So we're literally like all over the board. I'm in my last year of college. He's in his first year of high school, almost last year of middle school. We're everywhere. So wow. I'm definitely the Beyonce. I'm the blueprint. I'm the guinea pig for sure. So, you know.
The blueprint. That's the best way I can describe it. Don't y'all forget where you came from. I am the reason this is all moving. Don't play.
This is me. I got this on my back. This is all me.
Your shoulders hurt from carrying it.
Okay. Hey, tell them again. It's like, and I'm in college, so I think like since I'm the first one going through, my parents have been trying to figure out like, you know, like what's too much, what's not, like the give and take thing since like technically grown, but like, hey, can you send me some money?
Immediate
overdraft. I'm in line at Chick Fil A and I'm overdrafted. Like, you know, like it's a balance.
Because Chick Fil A gonna do it every time. Okay. They raised the price of that sandwich, and I want to talk about that for a second. That did not used to be $8.
You know what? And I just think that's so trifling for them to do that on the campus, especially because you know we broke. Why am I paying $10 for a $7? Max $6. Didn't that sandwich used to be $6?
$6. No, they playing. Like, and wait, okay, you're from Georgia, so
Oh no, I'm from Charlotte. My family's just from Georgia. The Davis side is from Georgia, yeah.
Okay, period. So like Chick Fil A is like there. Like yes. No, you need to run up on them.
School and stuff, that's all we ate. Like we had name tags because we were at the Chick Fil A so much. The manager knew us, he got us name tags. Like, girl.
Shut up.
I swear. I'm gonna go find a picture when we get off here so I can show you. Because, like, what were we doing for real? Not sure.
They said, put that polo on and go get your sauce from the back.
Yeah, because you're here so long. Like, we were literally there every day. So it was like, because everybody had extracurriculars. school was letting out at different times. So in between pickup, we just go pick up food for everybody, go pick up the other kid. Like that was just home base for real, for real.
They said, put your name tag on. You know what
to do.
Get
Don't
to
act
work
like a
guest. Screaming. Okay, so do you feel like when you went to college, like I felt like for me, when I went to Indiana University, and I was like, okay, period. Like I was close to my siblings before, but when I went to college, I was like more locked in because I was fighting for my life out there, like literally fighting. Do you feel like that's the same? Because y'all are so like spread apart in age range. That's how my siblings are too.
Let's see. I think it's definitely giving us the chance. Well, one, I try to keep a good rep with them. I think that's my biggest thing because I'm the oldest. So it's like I don't want them to see me in any bad light. And I'm really like a goody two shoes. I don't do that much. Like all through high school, I didn't do nothing.
Right.
Like no drinking, no drug, like nothing. So like I try to keep that same rapport because like I'm like, y'all, I'm still Skyy. Like still you know, because they just think college, like, oh, she's out partying every day. She meeting all these dudes type deal. And it's like, it's not that. So
it's
I
not
think
that
that's
at all.
My biggest thing. And especially for my little sister, like I want to set a good example for her. And that's been like a constant. So like I try to just make sure like, especially in middle school, you just know how ghetto that is all around. Like that's the worst time ever. And we're like, we just, all the schools we're coming through, like the high school, middle school, elementary school are all just predominantly white. So I try to make sure that I like stay in touch with her on that. Like, don't lose yourself trying to fit in with these people who don't really even want to be your friend. And it's like, I think that's been like a very, very heavy focal point. My brothers, they too cool for school. So it's just like, whatever with them. My brother in college, he don't even fool with us. Like, I texted him on Monday, like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I love you. I hope you're having a good day. Why he didn't text me back till yesterday? After I prompted him in the family group chat, because I was like, I know you saw my text messages. I'm on YouTube because we was calling my cousin, but I was like, nah, I'm on YouTube, Jenna. I know you saw my text. Then you gonna go try and text me back. Just try.
Because guess what? That bank account gonna run low, and mom and dad not gonna answer you. Hey sis, hey Skyy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You got it. You got
and
it.
You saw my text, so then you try to text back. I ain't texting back. I'll text back when we get off of this Zoom because I forgot. But I'm texting back.
Not his back on you. You telling on yourself.
It's okay. Cut that part out.
Here we go. Edit that out. That is literally so cute. I definitely feel the same way. My younger sister is a senior in high school. And when I tell you, baby, I mean, white. And they be making you feel so ugly, so unwanted. So, and I'm going to say something. It's not just the white people. It's the black men too. Everybody make you feel. And so I'm like, let me just speak life, similar to you, like speak life into them. Because like, you have to build them. I feel like it's our job as like older sisters, like, got to build them up.
For sure. And like my little sister, she has like darker complexion. So I think that's something like growing up, sometimes like my brothers or our cousins will like pick on her about it. And we got on them every single time. Like,
period.
You're gonna have to face enough of that in the world. Like, you don't need to be doing that at home. Like, that's why
what are we doing?
For what? Like, what do you gain from that? And I think that was something that they were able to learn from too. And so now they can be people at school that stand up for the other black girls who may not have that voice. And then on the flip side, my sister is able to stand up for herself and know, like, you're not about to bully me, baby. Like, we can go at it. So I think that's been like a really good thing within my family. Like, we support each other so hard. And like, I love that. Like, support system. A1. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. That is so beautiful. My cousins for real. I love y'all.
Davis crew.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we talked about school a little bit. You go to UK. You're a senior. How's senior year, first of all? How's it going? Because I know you were in college through COVID. Like, girl, what was up? Are you alive? What's going on?
I'm holding on.
Barely breathing.
Barely breathing. Senior year has been something. I think it's been the most stressful just because it's like it's coming to an end. And I think with the COVID year, it kind of felt like we missed out on a year. So it doesn't really feel like we were there for 4 years, like at all. So, and I've had just so many experiences, so many people that have came and went, so many people I've met. Like, it's been a lot. So I think I've been very reflective in this senior season. Like, wow, you did it. Like,
come on.
And it's like, I'm not trying to go straight into work. So that's kind of like what I was touching on.
And you shouldn't.
I'm going to grad school. So I've been trying to like detach myself from this like notion that is like senior year all the way because I still got work to do for real.
Wow,
real. So I'm letting myself like enjoy the closing of that season, but I know I still got school coming. So I'm like, don't turn your brain off, sis. Ain't no senioritis. Get up and go to class. Write that paper on time. Like I'm not really giving myself any leeway. Like I feel like some of my friends are able to do in their senior year because they going to go work or whatever. And I'm like, nah, like I gotta stay on top of it. Like right now I got sticky notes all over my wall. Come
on.
With, you know, a checklist. Look at this. I spent $30 on a planner. Sky blue.
Cute.
Sky blue. Cause you know
Sky blue.
We own it this year. We own it. We got things to do, places to go, people to see.
The thing is
money to make.
Heavy on money to make. We cannot be broke at Chick Fil A no more. The thing is, a $30 planner is gonna do it every time. It might sit in the corner of my room, but at least I got it.
At least it's there, and there's some words written in there. It's some words written in there.
It might be the emergency contact, but I wrote in it, so don't play with me.
I wrote in it.
Target
got my coins. I think the worst thing about this senior year is I got a job. So I have a job this year. Well, I've had a job like on and off since I've been here for real, but this is the most consistent I've been with my job.
Okay, come on.
And like I got a little raise because I done been there. Like, you know, it's giving grown girly. It's giving watch out what I'm grown now. So I'm like, you know what? I got a little extra change. I haven't asked my mama for money in like 3 months. So like I feel like I'm self-sufficient. You know?
She watching this like, come on.
Yeah. it's really going somewhere. And I live like right above a Target. So
now that's your okay. We should have started with that. That's your problem right there. What are we doing?
That's why my account is overdrawn. Every day I just feel like it's something I need. Yesterday I spent like $100 on shower products. Did I need that? No. But I got paid today.
You did. In the month of February, every single purchase is justified.
You're right. You're right. You know what?
Trust.
That just made me feel better. That just made me feel better. And you know what else? Because remember I told you I'm like a 40-year-old stuck in a 20-year-old's body. I went on this phone and I went on the Target app, Target Circle.
Target Circle's gonna hit.
I got a gift card for spending that much money. So you know what? It's justified.
You make money by spending it. This is how I like to justify my purchases. Some of the people my age right now have children. Not me, praise the Lord. So you buying baby formula, I'm going to Starbucks. You buying a stroller, I'm buying Louis Vuitton. It's just, it's balanced. I'm actually saving money. And this is the money that would go towards the child. So in a weird way, it's my income when I spend. Yeah.
You're mine.
It's so powerful.
Like you ever see those memes and it's like me sitting at work with my coworkers who are here to support their families and I'm just here so I go on vacation? That's me. That is me, baby. I had a taste of a little vacation with my little boo.
Where'd y'all go?
Where we go? We went to Gatlinburg for Valentine's Day. It was so cute. We got a little cabin and all that. But now I'm like, ooh, let me put my money up. I like this.
For real. That is actually the wildest realization when you're like, oh, wow, we make the same amount and you supporting a family of 6 and I can barely afford my shopping addiction. The problem is me. Well, that actually leads me to our next question because obviously I was like, okay, first of all, let me follow her because my queen. Your style is insane. Is fashion something that you're like really passionate about?
Yes, for sure. Like that's kind of been what I've been doing in this senior year, trying to figure out how I can integrate that into what I do in my career because like Fly Skyy is kind of like what I'm shaping my brand into.
Period.
And that's just like, that's something that like came from my mom and dad like years ago because my dad used to just always like pop up with fresh shoes. Like I would get the Jordans like the week before they came out.
Period.
And of course nobody in my school knew, but I'm like, shoot, I know these gonna come out next Saturday. If you knew, you would know. So like I was just like dripped out fresh, you know. And so they were just like Fly Skyy, like that's your name, and it just stuck. So when I was able to get my Instagram, I think I was like 12 or 13. They were like, okay, you can get Instagram now. Fly Skyy stuck.
Wow.
And I'm just like, let me keep it the same across all my social media because like a lot of what I do is I look cute. Like you really not gonna catch me not looking cute. It's you know what? Unless you're on TikTok, because I get on there in my bonnet sometimes. But I'm never ugly. I'm never ugly.
Period. You said skin's still gonna be popping. Like
It's still gonna be popping, but that cheetah print bonnet is gonna be on.
It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on.
So I think I've been trying to find like the intersection of where all my interests meet, and fashion is definitely something at the top of my list. So I've been trying to figure out like where I can mix sports and like culture and fashion, like because those are all the things that are like they hit the mark for me.
To you, right?
Yeah. So I'm definitely trying to figure that out. I think that's been a very pivotal part of like shifting where I want to go for grad school and what I want to do post grad. So definitely, like, I love fashion. I love learning about the trends. I also love like not following trends because who cares?
Do you and your boyfriend do like coordination like with your outfits if you're the fashion girl?
I try to sometimes. He'll look at me like, girl, like
for real.
But like if he's dressed before me, like I definitely try to. And you know what? I'm lying because one time we went on this double date with one of our friends, like a mutual friend we got and his girlfriend. And he got dressed first. He was like, what you wearing today? And I was like, I think it's a jacket that got some purple in it. And why he came out with some Jordans with purple and a little shirt. So I was like, okay. But I think that day he was trying to be cute for his friends. On a normal basis, on a normal basis, I don't think he really liked it. But I'm into it. I don't like the matchy. Like we're not gonna have the same shirt, same.
Like I'm his, I'm hers. Y'all take that to
negative. But he's like, I think that shaped a lot too. Just in this past like 5-6 months that we've been like talking, he's so into fashion. Like he's a creative, full blown. And I think that like being around him and seeing like I love how he dresses his style. Like I emulated in girl form for real. So like it's really cool. And I've been learning because he's into like designers from overseas that I had never heard of. So it's like I learned like a lot dealing with him. And I think that's made me like, dang, I really do like fashion beyond Fashion Nova.
Right. Okay, so you mentioned that you're trying to kind of like find a career or build a career where you're like merging sports and culture and fashion. You being like an NFL kid, like, do you feel like that is where the sports influence kind of started and came in?
Okay. Absolutely. I was actually writing an essay for one of these schools the other day, and I kind of started it out like that because I was like, I've been so immersed in sports for like my entire life, but I'm just not athletic at all. Like at all.
It's not. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8". I'm tall. I should be athletic. I should definitely be dribbling somebody basketball, but I just can't. Like it's just not there.
It's not for you.
Yeah, and like my parents have this rule, like we have to have a sports extracurricular, and I'm like, y'all, come on. I tried out for the volleyball team, didn't make it. Tried out for the basketball team, didn't make it. Like, come on. Embarrassed. So I stuck to cheerleading, and then they made me do track. I'm really a theater kid, but they were like,
I knew we got along. Don't play Skyy.
The theater is where I belong. I sing, so like all of that. That's really where my heart was, but it always coincided with like cheerleading or track or something. So I just kind of stuck the course when I was like in high school and stuff, and then did track. But I like during track, I used to hide in the bathroom. Like it just was not the vibe. It just was not the vibe. So I think like now that I'm older, I see how the sports world runs, and I see how women are treated, and I know I don't like that. So I think that's been something that I'm trying to figure out how I can get in and like scramble it all up. Like y'all not about to keep this up with me here because that's not how we about to rock and roll
at all.
And like since it's such a male run industry, I want to be able to get in and make some sort of change. I have a friend who works for Nike in Chicago. Like she runs the social media and everything, and she's head of marketing. So she's like so cool. And I went up there with her last summer for the WNBA All-Star Weekend. And I was just out like networking, meeting people. And I was like, there is so much potential here. Like people actually care. And there's so much potential. But there's like, and honestly, the budget is there too with these events that they be having. It just don't meet the mark. It's just it just don't meet the mark. So that's when I was like, okay, I think I want to get into the like women in sports side of it because that's like the intersection. And then like they have their tonal walks with their outfits and they fly too. So why are we not putting as much emphasis on them? Why they not on league fits? You know?
Like, why are they not on league fits? Is a great question. The tunnel fits be harder than the men.
Okay. So that was kind of like where that stemmed from, and that helped like start shaping exactly what I wanted to do. So I just think like my experiences all around have definitely like helped me understand like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Like I want to shape the world up a little bit.
And will. I feel like you already are. I literally cannot wait. And
you.
next time you're in Chicago, you better let me know.
I got you. I'm actually applying to some grad schools up there, so I would definitely keep you posted.
Come on up, girl. You would thrive.
I love it there. I love Chi-Town so bad.
So great. It's it.
It is. The only thing is that cold weather.
The cold. And it's gonna hit. The wind last night, my contact fell out. Yeah. No, yeah, I did. But you know what you do?
That, I will go withdraw my application. Oh my God.
Gotta bring you a reality check. You know what? It's been a really mild winter. Besides what I just said, but it has been okay. Girl, come on.
It's been mild winter, but your contact flew out your eye. Oh my God.
Girl, come on up here. Don't play.
Oh.
I'm literally so dead. Okay, I love this. So I want to transition a little bit and ask you, how was it growing up with a dad that not only just like played in the NFL, but like I really did his thing. But like you have your own identity so much, and it seems like your siblings do too. Like, how was it for you kind of creating your own path, but like still, you know, like being shaped by him, but like doing your thing?
Ooh. Oh, that's a really good question. I think that my parents did a really good job with keeping us like very humble and like humility and like just being good people was always a thing. So like star power or being around these celebrities or like people running up and asking for autographs and pictures with my dad, like that never really fazed us because they kept us so on the straight and narrow. Like we never thought like, oh, our dad's a celebrity.
Right.
So like when I would get around people and they're like, your dad is and I'm like, yeah.
That's dad.
We about to go to Chick Fil A after this. Like that's like, you know. Like we're just the same as you and your dad. Like I didn't understand it all the way. And I think like it took for me to get to like middle school to really realize like, okay, this might be for real. Like I had teachers that would bring like Panthers memorabilia and be like, can you get your dad to sign this? Can you take this home?
Wow.
Like it was crazy. But like I think with that, I was like, okay, he might be somebody a little bit.
Wow, yeah.
Interesting. And I just always wanted to make sure that I never let that define me. So like even when that did start happening, I'm like, yeah, that's my dad, but I'm just Skyy. Like, period. I don't want to be known as Thomas Davis's daughter. Like, yeah, he's my dad, but that's not, I don't want that to be my personality. I don't want that to be what I'm defined by. I don't want that to be what you know me as. Like, I want you to know me because I'm Skyy.
I'm Skyy.
I'm Skyy. I'm cool. Like, you know, and I don't attach myself to that because that's not how I want to be known, you know? And it's a perk, like it's cool. Like, of course, I've used it. I've used it. Hey, you know what my dad is? Like,
and will.
I definitely will use it, but only when I need to. Mainly, I need to use it when I'm parking uptown and if I go to a restaurant, I need a reservation. That's when I use it most. But, you know, other than that, I try to stay away from it. So, you know, I just think that's been like a really big thing for me. And I think like growing up now and watching my younger siblings, like, you know, venture out into their own life trajectories, I think that's something for them too. So I'm very, very glad that our parents kept us like on the straight and narrow and just like, they don't want to be affiliated as Thomas Davis's kids either. They want to be, I'm TJ Davis and I made my name on my own. And I think that's something that I've done with like getting jobs. Like, even if I do put my dad down or like they know or they see and recognize the names or whatever, I'm like, yeah, but I want this to be because I got it on my merit, you know? So yeah, it's definitely been a big thing to maneuver. It's hard sometimes, but yeah, it's definitely hard. And especially like relationships. I think that's another thing, like with dudes who are athletes, they just think that's cool. Like, oh, your dad, Thomas Davis, like, I'm trying to talk to you. You ain't trying to take me serious, boy.
If you don't go DM him, what are we doing?
Do you want his phone number? Like, you can text him. We can skip all of this. I will send you his number, I promise. Like,
we can skip all this.
Please,
no, it's true though. And that was you reading my mind because that was my next question was like, I feel like sometimes, especially with guys who just aren't secure in themselves, they be intimidated to talk to me because they're like, oh, her big brother. Or it's the you should be scared to talk to me because I'm me. And I'm not with the nonsense. Exactly. That's why you should be afraid, not because of who he is. Or it's on the flip end of like, oh, let me talk to you for that. How do you feel like you've been able to like, I feel like we're similar in the fact that you probably have a radar. Like you can tell pretty quick, like, I know what you want. Have you been able to like Was that always natural, or did you kind of have to like work on that as you were growing up?
I think it was something I had to work on a little bit because like being younger, like when I told you it was kind of like middle school when I actually realized like, oh, he might be somebody a little bit.
Right.
I think that's when like people started acting weird. And I think my first run-in with like weirdness on behalf of it just being because of my dad was with a girl. Like she was just my friend. And she like tried to like, I don't know, like tried to copy my life. Like she would try and tell people like her dad played in the league. And she would like, it was scary. It was scary.
What?
And that was my first time. And I was like, I think it was one of my dad's teammates. She was like, yeah, I know him. Like he buys me shoes all the time. Cause like I said, I would come to school with new shoes and stuff. So I guess like she kind of felt like she had to one up me, like in order to be my friend or something. And it was very weird.
That's very peculiar.
Yeah. And like I would bring her around my family. My mom was like, that girl is weird. Like she got weird vibes.
Wow.
And I think like that was the first time where I was like, okay, I need to turn my radar on because I was just letting her get by with all this, like listening to her tell these lies. And then one day I was at her house and her mom asked me something because like in the NFL, players have to stay at the hotel the night before the game. Like whether I don't know if it's the same in NBA or not, but like whether it's a home game or away game, you have to be at the hotel.
Okay.
So I think she asked something. It was the day before a game, and she was like, "Is your dad home or something?" And I was like, "No, he has to stay at the hotel. Your husband played in the league. You didn't know that?" And she was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Your husband didn't play football? That's what your daughter said?" And that's when I was like, "Oh shoot, I'm in a scandal. I need to get out of here."
A scandal.
What? Why did you just sit there and lie? I'm talking to your mama and she don't know what I'm talking about. You're lying. Like, no, I'm scared.
She was embarrassed.
Yeah. It was something for sure. So I think
be embarrassing you for real.
How old was I? I think I was like 12 or 13 when I had that friend. So I think that's the age when I was like, turn your radar on. People are gonna try and get next to you just because of what they think you can do for them or just to get close to your dad. And so from there on, like I've been really good about being able to detect it like off that. And yeah, like I think that's something I want to make sure that my siblings are better at because I don't know if they are all the way good. Like especially my little sister.
It's hard when you're young.
Yeah. But I'm hoping she gets to that same little point. Like she just turned 13. So I think she's about to get to that same point too. Like some of y'all only around because of the benefits. And
that's
I need her to on that. Yeah. So I love that. It's definitely something. It's something to maneuver. It's something that gets better with time, as does everything. So
1,000%.
I think that's for sure.
I was telling you before this. So y'all, the way I found Skyy was her TikTok. Y'all need to go follow her. We'll talk about this at the end. But the way I found her was she had posted this video like it was this, what was the sound?
It was like, matter of fact, where are you from? Matter of fact, where's everybody from?
And she was like, me when I was 12, looking at my dad's teammates, and I was like, oh wow, that is literally something that everybody can relate to. Like, that was me. I would go to games and I was like, where y'all from? My brother said, sit down. I will never forget one time he said,
my dad used to be so mad.
So I will never forget what my brother said. He grabbed my arm. He said, don't forget, I work here. I said, yeah, boss, you got it. You got it. Let me not play.
Same thing happened with me. That's funny. Ooh. Ooh.
But it's a unique experience. Like, it really is part of the life.
It really is. I think especially because I've always been younger than everybody around me, but I just have always acted older. So I think like, especially in those high school years, my dad played for a really long time. He played for 16 years. So like up in them like last years, I was old enough to talk to some of his teammates. I'm like, what's up? I'm 18. You just got here. You're only 20. What's up? So it was like, it was some of that. And I think that my dad, because he was such an OG, like he had been there for so long, like everybody know him, everybody respect him, they would not pay me no attention. Ever. Exactly. Like at all. And I respect them for that, and I'm glad they did because they valued their lives. My dad is not,
it was looking real rough for them.
He's not mentally stable. They would have got beat up. So it's like, I'm glad that they did not pay me any attention at any point during his career. None of them have ever followed me up. And
they know their lane. It's a boundary.
Yeah. And I'm just like, that's cool now because I'm booed up, I'm in love, I don't worry about y'all. But Don't try to spin a block in 5 years.
Because they will switch up now. They will. So you be looking at your
Dad try to spin the block because he done been retired now. And you think he ain't in the game still. He's still in the game.
He's still in the game.
And he will still come tackle you. All right.
Not tackle.
Okay.
Screaming. That is literally so funny. I honestly respect you for that because I feel that way too. I'll be like around my brother's teammates. Hey sis. I'm not your sis. I'm not your sis. Don't do too much. Don't do too much.
Not too much.
I'm literally so weak. Okay. Well, the last main question I have for you is your faith. So something that really just made me feel like we're kindred spirits was, I think your well, two things. One of your bios had said like letting God handle it like above me.
Letting God handle all things above me. That's on my Instagram. Yep.
Period. It's above me, beloved. And then is it your TikTok that it was like your ceiling is not my ceiling.
Yeah.
When I tell you I saw that and jumped out of my bed because that's literally been the whole story with this whole talk show. Like, how do you feel like you think about like taking risks, especially knowing like big man behind you, in front of you, and on either side of you? Like he gonna go before you.
I think that's something I can credit to my parents too, for sure. Like my mom, especially, like keeping us in our faith, not forcing it on us, but letting us like choose. Like, hey, we watching church. Like during the pandemic, that's when I really, really got into it. Like, cause we were home every week, so it's like everybody would come to my mom's room. We all sit on the couch, spread out everywhere, and we watch
right.
And I thought, like, I was like, dang, like I value this so much, and like it's what we needed, especially at that time in the world. Like it was just so much uncertainty, and with there being so much that we didn't know, like I knew like we got God throughout this. So really, what's happening don't matter. Like we stand safe. He got us covered. We in the house, baby.
Right. We're not going outside.
It's in His hands.
Right.
And the quote in my bio on Instagram is from it's from a Drake song, but her redid it. The Jungle. And that's like, it's just my favorite thing, letting God handle all things above me. Like I'm really a control freak, so I try my hardest to like relinquish that and just like give it a God. It's so like,
hard.
I'll be freaking the freak out, and I'm just like
because you're gonna get that little conviction in your spirit, like, why are you worried?
Why are you worried right now? That's been like a lot, especially like this grad school process. We're trying to figure out what I'm doing next in my life, all of that. Like, give it to God. He already got it figured out. Why am I worried about it? Why am I stressing? Why am I putting myself through that? And it's not necessary. So
right.
Yeah, I think that's definitely. I'm not scared of risk because of that either. Because I think that was your question. Like, I'll overthink it because I'm over analytical. I'm an overthinker through and through. But then I'll get done and waste all that brain power on overthinking, and then I'm like,
and that's how God's sitting too. Like,
like
calm down.
Exactly. And I just had to realize like these opportunities wouldn't be presented to me if I wasn't equipped and ready for them. So I think that's been like a major thing with me. Like, God got you, girl. Just jump. Be there. So I think
that's so good. I love that. If you ever need encouragement, girl, text me, call me, because that is literally like how I feel like the theme of this talk show is going. Like when I tell you, like I just talked about this, but everyone who I tell, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna be a talk show host. Like, I want to be like, I'm going to be. Yeah. They think it's true. Like they think it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm Dave Chappelle and telling like a set. Like I'm not joking, King. Like I'm truly being so for real.
I'm dead serious.
Like, right. And I'm not going to shrink my faith down because you can't think bigger. Like my God operates outside of time. We moving and grooving. Like, and I feel like with this show, it's been very like up and down, like going up, but still like you have trials, obviously.
Yeah,
every single trial, I'm like, God, I come to him, worshiping and crying. He's like, just calm down.
Calm down, girl.
Surrender.
I got you.
Truly. I love that you get that because I feel like friends that get that are the ones that can encourage you in those times. Like, yes, I love to hear a motivational speech or whatever, but like, I need you to speak to my soul. And the only way you can do that is by giving me like a word, like, have some faith, Jordan, have some faith, Skyy, you know?
Exactly.
Amen. Come on.
I think I'm good for that with my friends too, because like when we go out, it's just something so small, like when we go out to dinner and like everybody will get their food and everybody start to eat. And I'm like, come on, we're about to pray. And they like, oh, here go Pastor Skyy. Like,
here go.
And I'm like, bow your heads. Come on, here we go. And then I sit and pray, and they're like, "Oh, amen, hallelujah."
Wow,
And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah. So it's just like little stuff like that. Like, even though might not think nothing of it, even with my boyfriend, I do the same thing. So now,
Right.
like, he just knows when we sit down to eat, he just puts his hands out like this.
Wow, I love
So
that.
it's like little stuff like that. I'm like, it's so small to me, but like, and it's probably small to them, but it made them think a little bit. Yeah, like, and I think stuff like that, little small stuff, is a small win. I count it as, and I'm like, that keeps me going. Like, I spread the gospel for a minute. Yeah, they got an extra blessing for the week. The food is blessed. Here we go.
That is so me. I know my friends be tired of me because somehow I'm gonna bring it to a conversation. I'm like, but the Lord, but God, they're like, just chill. I'm like, I can't, because when you know, it like comes out of you.
Okay, every time I'll be like, won't he do it? Won't he do it? They're like, oh my God, Skyy. But he will.
But he will. But he will, period. And you never know too, like, how God is using me, like in these friendships, just like those little things, like God to come back in 20 years. Like, well, I remember when Skyy did that. Like, you just never know.
And I thank my parents so much for that. Honestly, like my dad, I like the way I pray. Everything is based off of how he prays. Like, he's such a good man of God. Wow. And I think like seeing that, and like seeing that's what's kept my parents together for real. Like, they pray through everything. Wow. Like, that's like, whew, like, yeah, made me want to cry sitting here talking about it. Like,
yeah, because it's powerful.
For me. Yeah, for sure.
I love that. I literally love that so much. They seem amazing. Well, in wrapping up, I want to ask you a big question, but what do you want your legacy to be? Like, what do you want the world to know about Fly Skyy that we kind of haven't hit on already, I guess? Big question.
It's so prolific. I think I'm still in the process of solidifying that, but I just want to be somebody that is remembered for touching lives in the most positive and impactful way possible, because I feel like that's what it has been instilled in me from the very beginning and everything. Yeah. And I think that's just the impact that I want to leave. Like, if God forbid something happened to me tomorrow, I want it to be like a flooding of stories like, Skyy changed my life just in this small way. Like, she may not even have known how much of an impact she had, but she did. And that's how I want it to be. So I think that's pretty much what I want my legacy to be. I just got to figure out
how. You're right.
Yeah. But I think like, if something did happen to me, I think there would be a good bit of stories that, like, yeah, she touched me. Like, she made sure I was good when nobody else did, or like small stuff like going to sit with somebody who's sitting by themselves at lunch or something, like stuff like that. Like, just picking up on somebody that may be left out of a conversation, and I just make them feel seen, like stuff like that. That's little small things that I try and make sure I do, and that's how I hope I'm remembered.
Yes, I mean, that's what matters. And I can just say, even from my time of knowing you, which is very short, I can already see that in you. So let this be confirmation, sis, cousin.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And the same to you. I promise, your energy is amazing, contagious.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So I guess kind of leading into this, what advice would you give people that are struggling to like kind of like harness their identity and celebrate it? Because obviously on this show, it's from the lens of siblings and children of celebrities, but like at the same time, the whole message about identity extends way beyond that. So do you have any advice, especially for like, let's go to like younger Black girls? Because I know we talked about that a lot.
Yeah, I think in this world, there's so much pressure to be a certain type of way. Like, there's this mold we have to fit in because we have these Instagram celebrities and the reality TV stars, and we got like all of these people. And I think that's something that I try to stay as far away from as possible, even though I'm in like the social media world and I'm trying to make a little brand out of it. I don't want to be a carbon copy of what everybody else has already done. Like, I want to do it my own way. So like, even on TikTok, I don't have a niche. I'm just being Skyy, and whoever likes
that's your niche.
Yeah, like if you like it, you vibe with me, hit the follow button. If you don't, keep it moving. Somebody else will. Like, I'm not worried. I'm not about to be naked on every post. If you catch me in a bikini every once in a while,
you on the beach.
I'm on the beach, but I ain't gonna be in the bathroom posing in my bikini because there ain't no water nowhere near me, So it's like, that's how I am, And I think that my most major thing would be not letting society influence. And I think I know it's so cliche to say because it's hard. It's easier said than done, but it's really like being in tune with yourself and God and like the actual relationships in real life that you have around you, and not everything through a screen. I think that's
Yeah.
the most major thing. And
Yes.
embracing like who you are. Like you don't have to change yourself, or I think you said earlier, like you're not gonna shrink yourself or dim your life for nobody. And
Right.
I'm not gonna shrink myself to make me more digestible for anybody. Like it's take it or leave it. Like
Yes.
straight up.
Yes.
And I think that's the most major thing for me is take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. I
Mhm.
mean, as you're talking, all I could think about was like, what is it? Be in the world, but don't be of the world. Like
Yes,
you can
yes.
exist and do the thing and like follow your purpose in that way, but you know
Mhm.
where you're rooted, period. And it
Exactly.
shows. And that's what gives you your niche. That's what makes you different. Like that's what makes you fly sky.
Exactly.
Love
Exactly.
it. Love
Yes.
it. Love it. So where can the people follow you? I mean, if they haven't gotten it by now, y'all clearly weren't listening, but where can they follow you and keep up with what you're doing?
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and if you want to see my opinions on Twitter, I ain't doing nothing on there for real. I'm just talking about the food I'm craving and what my boyfriend got me. But Fly Sky on all three platforms is FLYY2Ys_SKYY2Y. So
Period.
that's
I
my
love that
thing.
you're Sky with 2 Y's. I love that.
Yes, my mom she really did
She
that. I
ain't
don't know.
down with that. Shout out to
Yeah,
her. Shout out to her.
yeah, it's very unique, and I have not met anybody else that's the name with two eyes. So I really, really
Wow.
like. I have not met anybody. I met somebody. Well, I haven't met them, but on TikTok, somebody commented and I was like, "Oh, my nickname is Sky, and I spell it like that." And then there was another girl who said her middle name was Sky with two eyes. But I haven't
Wow.
met anybody that's just Sky, and I
One
think
of
that's really,
one.
yeah, one of one.
Shout out to your
So yeah,
parents
I
for real.
say,
I
yeah,
love
made
it.
that.
Period. Well, y'all go follow her. I'm telling you, like, I just feel like I'm so happy that God even crossed our paths because now I feel like we're friends for life. And
Amen.
truly, thank you for coming on. I feel like you just brought such a fresh perspective and just I really think you're going to like help so many. I know you're going to help heal just so
Thank
many
you.
people. So thank you
Thank
for
you. Thank
coming
you
on.
for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Anytime, queen. All right, y'all. We will see you next week. Cheers to you. Mwah. Bye. I mean, what do y'all want me to say? How do I come after that? Like, honestly, I feel like I keep getting upstaged on my own show, and that's how I like it. Let's do more of that. Because literally, Skyy is just a star. Like, that's the only word that comes to my when I think about like her and all she is and all that the space that she takes up. Like, she's truly just star quality. And I'm just so grateful that she came on the show and enlightened us all. I mean, is there better motivation and encouragement to like harness who you are and walk in it so boldly? Like that's exactly what she's doing in her relationships, in her friendships, in her walk with God, with her family, in her passions. Like she's moving so boldly in all of those spaces. And when you walk boldly in your identity, something shifts. Like the atmosphere changes, everyone can feel it. And I know I did on that call. I feel like I'm so energized. I can like run through a wall and save the world, which is what we're going to do, period. So, Skyy, thank you again for coming on. I'm so grateful to have you in my life now as my cousin. And yeah, I know that everyone has a huge smile on their face after watching this. So I love you all so, so dearly, so much. I want to encourage you that who you are is enough. It's more than enough. And we need you to live your authentic life because that is what's going to impact everything around you. So I love you all. Cheers to you. And I'll see you next week for another incredible interview. Mwah! Bye, y'all. Their price went up, and so did Pretty Little Thing, which is why they're getting sued. They said class action.
No, there's a class action suit against them, and I didn't know. And I was on their site the other day, and at the bottom, it's this real small disclaimer like, you may be entitled to compensation. Yeah, I'm entitled to compensation. Run it right now.